Hello. I just wanted to give you a quick video to discuss um, the first group research measurement assignment. Grades are posted and detailed feedback has been provided. I always point out strengths as well as gaps, but I wanted to explain something to you. So I calibrated the grading on this assignment, which means I graded every group's assignment twice. So the first time that I went through, because this is a first run for an assignment, I didn't want you all to be penalized because of potential gaps in explanations of the assignment, expectations, or anything that might have been missing in the discussions when I was lecturing to help you understand the material, or learning style differences in terms of getting material from the readings and getting it from the lectures and class discussions, things like that. So what I did was I went through all of them the first time, and then I identified the strongest submission and used that as my A range, okay? And then everyone else was graded within the context of that. So what does this do? It's actually helpful for you. Instead of curving the assignment, which would have only adjusted everyone's grade potentially a few points, it readjusted everyone's points to create a distribution so that unless there were significant flaws in your submission, and that only happened once, then I treated it as the lowest grade was a B, okay? Now, if for some reason there was significant flaws in your submission, I gave specific feedback. I will allow you to make changes. You can revise your submission to bring your grade up to that B. Why is the B the standard? Because the B is the cutoff for required courses in passing. And even though I can let you take a C or a C minus, it does significantly change the likelihood that you can get to the minimum grade if you have other issues with quizzes or any of the other group work, right? So if I treat it as B is kind of my low point of meeting the expectations, then you have met the graduate requirements. Then I'm not really hurting your GPA. Really nobody looks at it once you're in grad school, which is kind of a bummer because we think we do and we work really hard for it, but everybody assumes because they know that you really can't get anything below a B anyway. So I calibrated all of the grading, and I want you to understand that I did make a note on all of your feedback. Everyone in each group got the same score. Those scores will only be changed for individual students if for some reason you get repeated terrible peer feedback. So I do hope that you're working on group cohesion and making sure that your efforts are consistent. So that was pretty much it. I just wanted to explain that. And other than that, I was pleasantly surprised on the work that you all submitted. I'm getting ready. So it's 5 o'clock now, and I've been going since 7 this morning. So I'm going to stop for today. But tomorrow I'm going to go through and pull your questions. I noticed not everybody had submitted the second document for the questions, but it looked like at least one member from each group had submitted a separate document with the questions. If you did not do that, would you please email that to me? I did not incorporate that into your grade. As I had said, I was not going to be penalizing you based on the grades that you created. It was just how you wrote about it really in your methods section of your document, because I expect there to be issues with questions. Questions are hard to develop, and we often learn after the fact, right? Hindsight is 20/20. What would have been a better question, or how wording might have affected some of the outcomes. It's really important for your learning. So I wanted to give that flexibility for you to have those mistakes without being penalized for them. So if someone in your group did not submit the questions for your group, I need you to email that to me, because tomorrow I'm going to create the full questionnaire. And when we have our class on Wednesday, you all will be the first ones to try it out. And then Thursday, I will hopefully get as many students as I can to complete it for you as well in my other research class. And then we can move forward to learning more about some of the data analysis. I realize you have another paper due before then, the proposal, I believe, but we're going to practice data analysis stuff more than once because it's hard. I had to take many years of data analysis. You do not have to be a master at data analysis. You do not have to replicate data analysis. If you find yourself in a position where you're working and you need to do some kind of evaluation and your program doesn't have a data analysis or money to do it, you all, like I said, you're my baby birds. You just reach out to me and I will help you. I will do whatever is required to ensure your success as you move through your careers, okay? I'm not just here for today. I am here for as long as I draw breath, all right? So calibrated the grading so that it could be fair and equitable across all of you and give you the best chance of performing well on the assignment while also learning about if I needed to make changes to the rubric and instructions and things like that. Didn't want you to be penalized because it was a first run. I can see learning. I hope you're feeling that you're learning. I guess I'll hear about it at some point if you're not yelling at me in the classroom, but I felt really good about it. I think by the time we get to the end, I'm excited to see where this comes out at and what kind of things you've learned from this process. And then if for some reason you did have significant deductions where you didn't meet that benchmark of a B, you may have until the end of the semester to make revisions in order to bring that grade up to a B. You cannot earn higher than that, but you can make adjustments to bring it up to the benchmark so that it's not going to hurt you in the long run in terms of making it possible for you to at least achieve that B requirement for the course. Okay. All right. I don't think there was anything else I need to say. I am here if you need me. Otherwise, super proud of you all. Did some fantastic work. I'm really excited about it. And I will see you on Wednesday. And just a reminder, there is a quiz on Wednesday based on the slides, but I will treat it the same as I did with the last quiz. I will evaluate items and look for potential bad items due to wording or any other kind of issue based on the proportion of students who might get it wrong. So please try not to panic, but generally everybody did well the first round. So I am expecting everyone to do well on this round. Technically it's quiz 3, but I dropped quiz 2. So it's your second quiz, but it's quiz 3. And if you open up module 8, you can see where it says quiz 3. If you click on that, I included the slide deck so that you don't have to go back and pull them, so that you can study them. All right. I'm wishing you all well, and I'll see you in a couple days. Thanks.